Hey everyone, my name is Cedric. I'm the founder of Legacy Smart Group, and also I'm going to be talking today to you about a company called Citizens, CICA. I pronounce it Cica. So there's some things that you should know. This is an amazing company, especially if you're going to be working with those that we consider guarantee issue. This is one of the companies that you can cover someone from day one coverage that should be in a traditional um, guarantee issue company, but you can start them from day one using here. And I'm going to show you how. I want to do it out of order, but I want to actually show you the process, the application, but I'm actually going to show you the questions ahead of time to get you back to the process. So here we go. I want to share my screen. Give me 1 second. I got multiple screens. I'm all over the place, but here we go. All right. So when you log into this amazing company, Cycle Life of America, a Citizens Company, you'll see a dashboard. So depending on however your organization sets you up, whether it's my organization or others, this is where you will start. And if you haven't, if you make sure that you have your anti-money laundering training completed. If not, it'll this company will require you to take their anti-money laundering course, and then you will only see the first couple tabs, and then you just have to give it some time to populate. So let's get started with the application. It says applications, and then you'll start with new. But this list means that you can go back. I'll just click it here. There's nothing there currently right now. So you can see a list of quotes and things that you will do from there. I'm going to go back and I'm going to go back to new application. So with this is not something that you're going to find always on a quoting tool. So basically when you get into the application process, the first part is running the quote. Okay, so before we even do that, let's understand this. There's something called predetermined questions. All right. I'll get into talking about the premiums, my comparison, all of those things, but this is the most important of why you came here today, and maybe why you even got contracted. All right. So let me go back. Do. First thing I have to do is put a age in there. So let's start with that. All right. So propose insured, we're just gonna do let's do Cedric, let's take that out. It's already got all these things pre-populating. So we're just gonna do Cedric test. All right. So currently you do have to look at where this company is located. They do allow you to cross over to and cross over the border and sign in select states. They are not everywhere. I'm currently in Illinois, so we're gonna start this in Texas. Right. This is where the client currently where they are. We're gonna put the gender in. We're just gonna say male, and I'm gonna make myself a let me see, 10, 29, 1965. All right, I'm gonna make myself a 58-year-old male. Now, the premium is based. The premium, which you all know as insurance agents, dictates how much you're gonna, everything's based on age. So what I'm trying to say is the age is going to dictate how much the death benefit's going to be. Okay, so you have all of that in. You have 58. This person's age 58. Where is the applicant currently physically located at the time of this application? If you're standing here in Illinois with me, but you're from Indiana, you're in Illinois. So where are you writing this application? So we're going to do that. Here's a list of all the this always is pending update, so you have to check with the website. As you can see, the drop down, I'll go a little bit slower, right? Slow it down just a little bit. But we're just gonna do text. Let's do Texas for right now. All my exes stay in Texas, right? So Texas preferred language is English. Now, when you get to this portion, authorized consent, is this application being completed by a call center? Yes. Let me tell you why. Because most of the time, if you run a remote business like myself, although we're not in a call center with several people dialing and doing things like that, that's typically how we think. But you are doing this either if you're doing telesales over the phone or over the internet, that's considered for this company a call center. All right, so the answer would actually be yes. So this I'm going to be asking you to reprogram yourself so you can make sure that this process is just like that. Okay, so the next one, here's the options. You have the Life Plus standard issue or the Life Plus guarantee issue. Let's give you the situation. There's a gentleman, he has congestive heart failure, he has diabetes, and he's only been in a hospital one time. All right, congestive heart failure, has diabetes, no matter what. the- let's say the person's taking insulin. Let's choose the worst. Diabetes, taking insulin, COPD, and I'm going to go day one coverage. All right. So if you just don't know, by the time you finish this, you'll know. But if you start the application and you apply for the day one coverage and you answer the questions where you may make a mistake, by the time you get to this application, it'll switch it to guarantee issue and you'll know. All right. So for this individual, I'm going to put in, I'm going to go 100,000. All right, 100,000. And I'm going to choose. So if you choose accidental death, you'll see a different premium. So I'm going to choose that on accident just for conversation. Accidental death, monthly. Remember, I put 100,000 there. Okay. Now this includes the terminal illness rider and then includes a dismemberment. All right. So is the automatic loan desired? What you want to put is what you want to do is put down yes. All right. This allows them to, if something happens later down the line, then it's already given the client the option now, right? So this would typically be, we will say no, but here we will say yes. All right, we're going to hit calculate. Now, I did that on purpose. Remember, I said 100,000, and this gentleman was 58 years old. So the max death benefit for this individual is 20,000. I'll make the correction. All right, and now I'll do the calculation. Still a death benefit of face amount. Death benefit 20,000, and the cost is would be, and this could change. I'm just doing this for training purposes. All right, $101.30. Right, accidental death premium is $60. Right, so that's the additional. So if I uncheck that, then it's just $101.30, right? So then talk to your client, always do the dime, always do a budget with your client. So for right now, looking at that, we're going to go with the $101.30. Okay, so all right. Most of the time, typically, it may not cost that much for, and a client may like the accidental, and more than likely, you should always try to get that in there should something happen. All right, so I want to hit on this. Standard issue means day one, and this is not, and if they pay today, then they're covered today. Okay. All right. So what I want to do is I want to show you there's something called table list down in the bottom right hand corner. Table of contents. So I want to jump ahead. I'm not going to go through the application fully with you. I just want to show you the most important features. So I'll go to the Let's see, where is it? Owner information. Let's go back. I had a call come in. There was something that's missing here. Proposed insured. Let's go back to table of contents. So what's happening is this is missing a predetermining question. So I'll go back to this one. Uncheck the accidental death. Go to table of contents. So that's what happened. I was like, hold on, what happened? I chose the accident. I thought I unclicked the accidental death and went back to it. I want to unclick that again and then go to table of contents, and now it has the predetermining questions. Okay. Sometimes you do have to just let the website load. All right. So, I wasn't going to stop the recording just to go back over. So let's hit this. This is the most important piece of this. All right. So looking at this, you have to read the question fully, right? I'm gonna say it slow. You gotta read the questions fully. And I'm not saying that to be a smarty pants to you. I'm not saying it to insult your intelligence. I'm saying it because it really does matter. And let me go to one that's gonna make the difference. Let's go to D, right? I told you that the person has COPD. I said the person has diabetes. They're taking insulin, and then that was all that I told you. So in the past 10 years, have you been medically diagnosed for which you have not been treated for a member of the by a member of a medical profession have not or have not taken medication for the following. And what did I say? They have COPD, actually have diabetes, and they're taking insulin, which is most likely a decline in several companies. All right, have not taken medication for the following: uncontrolled diabetes, uncontrolled high blood pressure, stroke, paralysis, congestive heart failure, cardiomyopathy, lung COPD, liver cirrhosis, and I may be battering these medical terms, but please forgive me. Kidney failure, uh, and chronic end-stage renal cancer. End-stage kidney disease, including dialysis. No, what did this ask you? Have not been treated. So you can actually go to a dialysis center, and those individuals that are being treated, this will actually be a no, which means most of the time we're already putting yes. It didn't ask you if they had it. It said, do you have it, and is it being treated? Right. So that's a win. This one. This next one. I'm hitting the most important one so you know how important this is. In the past 2 years, have you been hospitalized two or more times? Or have you been advised or recommended to have any tests, treatment, surgery, or hospitalization which has not been received or completed? Right. So those that may have been ill and things like that, have they been in there two or more times? Right. That does not include the emergency room. If there been an overnight stay documented, guess what? That will be a yes. But when we talked to this individual, the only concern was the COPD, the diabetes that's well taken care of. All right. So you have that. What about your felons, Cedric? What about your felons? Let's say this person back into right now it is 2024, and in 2018 this person was charged with a crime, right? 2018, I said. All right, so within the last 2 years, have you been treated for or been advised by a medical professional to have treatment of alcohol, drug, opioid, or controlled substance abuse, right? Let's pause right there. In the last 2 years, right? Now, this is the other part of it. Pled guilty or been convicted of a felony or misdemeanor. Now, most people say, "Man, I just got out. That was in the past 2 years." Okay, you just came out of the facility. When were you charged? Right? I didn't say 10 years. I didn't say um uh, 40, 3. Within the past 2 years, have you been convicted? Right? So when was the person convicted? Most companies are uh between 4 to 10 years. Okay, that is a win, right? So looking at that, the felony or misdemeanor, any reason or attempted suicide in 2 years, this person is a no. 2018 was the date that I gave you. So all other questions are self-explanatory, but you have to read them to the fullest extent and review the catch on words, right? This one, have you been diagnosed by a member of the medical profession with more than one occurrence of any cancer? More than one. Okay. So a person had cancer, they're in remission, right? Oh man, came back, they're good now. They've been in remission that one time, right? Hasn't come back, or we hope that it never happens to a client, but you have to take a look at that and answer that question. Now, if it winds up being a yes, guarantee issue. If it's a no, to all of these, they get covered from day one. All right, so we're going to do no's for all of these. All right, so I'll show you this. So if somebody has no physician, or if they do have a physician, you'll just type that information in. All right, so let me just click some of these. Now, when you're going through this is different. This is different. So for agents that are beginning that's new to citizens, they do an audit, right? I don't care if you know the person, their family. We need to hear that you've read these questions, that you asked these questions. Yeah, I had one that was a three-way call. You have to figure out how to record these things, and I'll show you why, right? So you have to, if you have Zoom, record it. You ask for permission. Hey, based on giving this is a company that takes amazing company, and as your agent, we have to record the conversation to ensure that I am asking you all the correct questions verbatim, and that you give the best answer to the best of your knowledge. Is that okay? So you have to record the entire thing, because I'm going to show you that you had to record these questions and then the disclosure at the end of this. All right. So let's go to the disclosure. This has to be read. And number 8. All right. Verbatim. Don't skip it. Uh, What I do typically is I read these, and when there's something that may stand out, you know, clients don't know about the Medical Information Bureau. It's like a credit score company. You go to the doctor, you going here and there, they're recording, they're sharing the information with carriers alike. Some of those things that you need to explain and ask questions instead of just reading the whole thing. I am who I am, so I break it down, and then I ask, do you agree? Instead of yes, can I get a okay? I need a response, because at the end of this, if you read all of that information, you're going to have there, that is a voice signature. Okay. So when you get to this, you have the signature of the city that you are signing in, and then you have to put the recording ID. What's the recording ID said? The recording ID is, you're going to just type phone, uh, Looking at my notes here. Um, phone, and I usually put phone sale, spelled it wrong. And then you put the date. Let's say it's 2/27/2024, and also put the time. With prior military service. I'll say 15/27. You know, or you put the whatever it was, because then that's going to let them know. Okay, give us the recording from 27 February 2024 at 3/27, right? You got to do phone sale, you put Zoom, whatever you need to do to let them know that you actually recorded this information, and then a city that you're signing this in as of that moment. And then you'll scroll down and you'll put that information for the agent. Okay, let's go back. Let's go to the table list a little bit. So I showed you that. There's this one portion right here, number 7. Do not, do not put anything here. Do you want standard issue on a level of simplified issue where they just look at the records and everything is okay? Or do you want to do a pyramid? Do you want do you want to do a pyramid? If you put a space, you put a period, you put anything, guess what's going to happen? You just triggered that. So in this box, 1 and 2, just go to next step. Do not even don't even blink it. As soon as you see it, just get out of it. Okay, so those are the key things that I want to mention to you when it comes to this. And that is when you get to the end. Let me go down here one more time. You're gonna get through the entire process of filling out the information. Everybody knows about the beneficiaries, all of those things. You can reach out to me on this recording. You can go to the comments, or you can see my link to reach out to myself at Legacy Smart Group. But when you get to the end, it's going to say upload the application or ask you some additional questions, and they will. There is a portion where it asks, "Hey, would you like to put a hold on the pay?" So sometime, when do you want them to pay? I want this to draft on the 15th of the month. Today's the 27th, right? That's when the coverage starts, so do not do that. Hey, Mr. Client, Mr. Cedric, are you willing to start your coverage today? Yes, I'm willing to. Well, the premium is XYZ. So guess what? You do not put a hold, it'll charge them right then and there. So they make the payment, and then I'll ask, do you want to do a credit card? You have the ways to pay is a credit card, or you pay with your your bank account. You always want to put the ACH, you want to put that in there, so you know clients, cards happen, things change, you never know. We don't get into the chargeback city. Okay. So of course, dime budget, really with this, there's really no doing no dime because you know what you came for. Just make sure that you got the budget done. And then soon as you put that information in from the bank account, it's going to draft it like that, and it's going to give them a receipt. It's going to please give them the number. You can stop the recording and continue, and then you go on and close. This is all that you need. And then what'll happen, let's say you hit the pause. You're like, oh, I gotta go somewhere. Let's continue where you can go get some information for the beneficiaries. You'll go back to list, and guess what it says right there? It's automatically saving this until you close on the application. So that's all I have for you today. If there's anything else that you need, my name is Cedric, founder of Legacy Smart Group. You can please like and subscribe. Reach out to me. There's several different things from our back offices that we have that we can bring to the table to help boost your business. So I look forward to talking to you.